Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Inshallah, we'll start from ayah number 27 of Surah Al-Waqia. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأصحاب اليمين ما أصحاب اليمين. وأصحاب اليمين ما أصحاب اليمين. The meaning is, and the companions of the right hand, ma ashab al-yamin, how fortunate are the companions of the right hand. So ashab means companions, yamin means right hand. Wa ashab al-yamin ma ashab al-yamin. Wa ashab al-yamin ma ashab al-yamin. وأصحاب اليمين ما أصحاب اليمين. وأصحاب اليمين ما أصحاب اليمين. في سدر مخضود. في سدر مخضود. في سدر مخضود. The meaning of this is, they will be in trees that would not have any thorns. Sidr actually refers to a type of tree that has a lot of thorns and does not have fruits, or has very little fruits. In Jannah, however, this type of tree will be the exact opposite. Makhdud means it would not have any thorns, and instead of thorns, it would have a lot of fruits. Okay, so Sidr refers to this type of tree in this world, which has a lot of thorns, doesn't have much fruits. But in Jannah, it will be the exact opposite. That this type of tree would have a lot of fruits and would not have any thorns. في سدر مخضود. 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 وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. Talhin refers to specifically banana trees, and mandud means be piled upon each other. So, and wallahu alam, this may, this probably shows us the significance of these kind of fruits. There's specific fruits that have been mentioned in the Quran, and I'm sure it has a lot of health and medical benefits. So one of them is bananas. They're actually mentioned in the Quran. Rumman is another one. Pomegranates, nakhl, date palms, zaytun. So this shows us their importance. All the fruits are healthy, but specifically these one, I'm sure that they has more benefit because they're mentioned specifically in the Quran. So mandud, they will be piled upon each other. وَطَلْحٍ مَنْضُودٍ. وَطَلْحٍ مَنْضُودٍ. وَطَلْحٍ مَنْضُودٍ. وَطَلْحٍ مَنْضُودٍ. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. وطلح منضود. Next ayah. وظل ممدود. 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 The meaning of this is, and shade, ظل means shade, mamdud, that is extended from mud. Okay, mud means something that is stretched. So mamdud, it will be stretched. Okay, and there's a hadith where Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِنَّ فِي الْجَنَّةِ شَجَرَةً يَسِيرُ الرَّاكِبُ فِي ظِلِّهَا مِئَةَ عَامٍ لَا يَقْطَعُهَا. In Jannah, there will be trees, or there will be a specific tree that a person riding on a horse, if he was to go beneath it for 100 years, he would not be able to traverse and go and complete that. Okay, you'll never be able to finish it. And then the Prophet recited this ayah, وَظِلٍّ مَمْدُودٍ, and in shade that will be extended. وَظِلٍّ مَمْدُودٍ 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 وَظِلٍّ مَمْدُودٍ. Next ayah. وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ. The meaning of this is ma'in, water, maskoob, they will be flowing. وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ 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 وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ. Next ayah. وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ. Okay. فاكهة means fruits, كثيرة means a lot. Okay, there will be a lot of fruits. وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ 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 وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ. Next ayah. لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة. لا مقطوعة, it means neither limited, neither its supply would be cut off, ولا ممنوعة, nor prohibited. In other words, مقطوعة means the supply would not be limited, okay? And mamnu'a means that you will not be prohibited. So maqtu'a means you would have it all the time. La maqtu'a, it means you don't have everything all the time, okay? And mamnu'a could mean that you may have everything, okay? You can have something, you may go somewhere, you may go to Walmart, you mashallah see, but mamnu'a, you're prohibited. You can't just take it, it's someone else, it belongs to someone else. So mamnu'a, you're prohibited. You have all of it, but you don't. And then maqtu'a means that you don't have enough of it, okay? So like in this world, you only get certain fruits during certain seasons of the year, but in Jannah you will have it all of the time, okay? And then the second is that it's possible that you may have it throughout the whole year, but it may not belong to you. Mamnu'a, you're prohibited. You can't just go to someone's farm and you have mashallah everything. La maqtu'a, the supply is there, but you can't just have it. It's prohibited. There is, so in Jannah you will not have any of these. La maqtu'a wa la mamnu'a. Okay. Let's read it again. لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة. 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 Next ayah. وفرش مرفوعة. وفرش مرفوعة. وفرش مرفوعة. Furush means couches. Marfu'a, raised high. So they will be sitting on couches, they will be raised high. وفرش مرفوعة. 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 Next ayah. إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء. إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء. The meaning of this is Inna, verily we, Ansha'nahunna, we have created them, okay, referring to the woman in Jannah, Insha'a, again, or in a different form, or in a different creation, okay. Inna ansha'nahunna insha'a. Inna ansha'nahunna insha'a. إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء. إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء. إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء. إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء. Okay, so once again, the meaning of that was, verily we have created them, insha'a, again, okay, we created them in a different form. And then the next ayah is, فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا, and we have made them, abkara means the state that they're in before marriage, okay? They will not be old. There's a hadith regarding this, that once there was an old woman that came to the Prophet ﷺ, Sahabiya, and the Prophet ﷺ, in a joking manner, he said that old woman would not enter paradise. Okay? So when she heard it, obviously she was shocked, and she became very sad, and she started to cry. What's the reason behind old women not being able to enter paradise, Jannah? And the Rasul ﷺ, said, haven't you read the ayah? Inna ansha'nahunna insha faja'alnahunna abkara. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make them into a different creation, and then will make them into faja'alnahunna abkara, in a state that they're in before marriage, that they will be young. So they will not be old. So because they will not be old, therefore they will not enter paradise. Okay? Because all of them, they will be made into a different creation. So old women would not enter paradise. Because they will not be old, they will be young. فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا. فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا. فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا. فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا. فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا. Next ayah. عربا أترابا عربا أترابا. عربا means loving their husbands, أترابا of equal age, of the same age. عربا أترابا 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 عربا أترابا. لأصحاب اليمين لأصحاب اليمين لأصحاب اليمين لأصحاب اليمين لأصحاب اليمين لأصحاب اليمين. For the companions of the right hand. All of this will be for the companions of the right hand. لأصحاب اليمين 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 لأصحاب اليمين. ثلة من الأولين 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 means there will be a large group from the early generations, and it's connected with the next ayah وَثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْآخِرِينَ, and also a large group from the later generations. If you remember for السابقون السابقون, it mentioned that ثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الأولين, there will be a large group from the early generations, وَقَلِيلٌ مِنَ الآخِرِينَ, and a smaller group from the later generations. Okay, you will not have much of السابقون السابقون in the later generations. But for أصحاب اليمين, you have a good decent amount from the early generations as well as the later generations. Okay, let's read this again. ثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْأَوَّلِينَ 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 ثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْأَوَّلِينَ. Next ayah. وَثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْآخِرِينَ, and a large group from the later generations. وَثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْآخِرِينَ 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 وَثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْآخِرِينَ. Okay, let me ask you some of these words if you remember them. What does ashab mean? Companions. Yameen? Right hand. Mamdood? Extended. Maqtu'a?
Not diminish.
Yeah. Yeah, not cut off, like from qata'a, like cut, qata'a. Okay, so remember qata'a, so la maqtu'a, it will not be cut off. The supply will not be cut off. Okay, how do you say ma'in maskub? Water flowing, yeah. How about talhin mandud?
The shade.
Talhin mandud, banana, that's piled upon each other. And dhillim mamdud, extended. And how do you say fakihatin kathira?
Abundance, unlimited fruit.
Yeah, plenty of fruits. Um, okay, and uruban atraba.
Husbands, same age.
Yeah, uruba means loving, and atraba of same age. Okay, let me ask you now in English and see if you can remember the Arabic. How do you say extended shade? Dhilli mamdud. How do you say a lot of fruits? Fakiyatun. How do you say water flowing? Ma'in maskub. How do you say loving and uruban atraba? Okay. And next week, inshallah, we'll start from Ashab al-Shimal, the companions of the left hand. Also, I was thinking, inshallah, after we finish Waqia, we can start, surah, the 30th juz, because, the ayahs are very small. Other surahs like Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Imran, the ayahs are very, very long. Even Surah Yasin, the ayahs are somewhat long. But if we start, the 30th juz, we can inshallah finish. It will be very easy. It's easy for people to follow along, even if they're not very advanced and it's difficult for them to read. When they in class, they can follow along. It will be very easy for them because the ayahs are very short. This is something I had started in our masjid, and I wanted to start this over here too, where, for example, for the whole year, we have a certain goal that by the next Ramadan, we try to finish and memorize certain surahs. So I had like 4 different categories. So we had one category, the first category, which was to memorize 25 surahs of the Quran by next Ramadan, which is actually not a lot, starting from Surah Al-Shams all the way to Surah Al-Nas. Many of you have actually memorized this. You'll be surprised, many of you probably know 20 or 25 surahs. Okay? And even if you haven't memorized 25 surahs, if you only know like 10 surahs, 15 more surahs is not too much by next Ramadan. So everyone, I was expecting at our masjid over there and here also, they try to make sure by next Ramadan, we'll all be at least in the first category, is to memorize 25 surahs if we haven't. Then the second was to memorize 40 surahs. Okay? That's the second level, which is a bit more advanced. And that is basically the 30th juz. Okay? And then the next one is, the third category will be to do the 29th and 30th juz. So many people have actually memorized the 30th juz. So if you have already done it, then the next goal will be to memorize the 29th and 30th juz. And then you have, so these are different levels. You have the beginner's level, this is how I named it. Beginner's level, intermediate level, advanced level. Okay, advanced level is to memorize the 29th and 30th juz by next Ramadan. And then you have the expert level. The expert level is that you memorize the mufassalat, which starts from Surah Al-Hujurat to Surah Al-Nas. And these were surahs that were given exclusively to the Prophet ﷺ. Rasul ﷺ said that, I have been given in place of the Tawrat, the first 7 surahs. Because the Tawrat, it talks a lot about laws, right? And the first 7 surahs, long surahs, as-Sab', they talk about laws. Then in place of the Zabur, was given the next surahs, okay, starting from immediately after the 7th surah all the way to Surah Yasin. And then in place of the Injil, I was given the ones that repeated most often, from Surah Yasin all the way to Surah Al-Hujurat. وَفُضِّلْتُ بِالْمُفَصَّلِ, and I have been given, especially these Mufassalat surahs. These were the surahs the Prophet ﷺ will recite, especially in the Farad Salah. They start from Surah Al-Hujurat all the way to Surah Al-Nas. So it's actually a little bit more than 4 juz, okay? So those who don't have the plan of becoming a hafiz, but you can still be at this level, the expert level, which is you memorize the last 4 juz of the Quran. And the goal is by next Ramadan. So anyway, inshallah, we may not be able to read this level right now if we're doing it together, but we can definitely be at the advanced level or the intermediate level, which is to finish, inshallah, the 30th juz by next Ramadan. Okay, so inshallah, this is our goal. Everyone is willing to do it, inshallah. And if you can try to, huh? Yeah, no, but this is why I wanted to do this in class, because it's actually a lot easier. We do eye by eye, and if you cannot memorize it, at least you'll be able to read it fluently. But if you're planning to memorize it, it will make it make it very easy for you, because when we're doing it in class for 30 minutes and you're only doing it 4 lines, 5 lines, and then you have the whole week to review it, and then you do it with the meaning, it will help you understand the Quran a lot better, because the vocabulary, especially in the 30 juz, it's very heavy. Okay, so if you know the vocabulary of the 30th juz, mashallah, you then probably know, a good portion, more than 40% of the Quran, meaning translation-wise. So that's why it has a lot of benefit. Plus, read in salah, so you can be more focused in your salah. When you read the ayah, you will know the meaning, and this will make it easier for you when you read the rest of the Quran. So inshallah, that is the plan. If you know of any friends and family, invite them and tell them about this class. Plan is inshallah to have at least 30 people who are inshallah planning to memorize the 30th juz. The plan is that inshallah if we have 30 people by next Ramadan that memorize 30 juz, it's almost like we have one Quran in a sense, because one person, one juz per person. We have 30 people. So inshallah, just in half an hour by next Ramadan, in a sense we can say that we have, have mashallah one Quran memorized inshallah. So that's my goal inshallah for this masjid. Jazakallah khair.